All right, everybody, welcome back. We like to go deep here, and today we're diving into one of the most sought-after skills in golf.
Clubhead speed.
Exactly. Who doesn't want to bomb it further down the fairway? I know I do.
Right. I mean, more distance usually means, well, it usually means lower scores, right?
Yep. So to help us unlock this secret to power, we're going to be looking at some really interesting insights from Henrik Jentsch.
Ah, Jentsch. He's the owner of that SFT Golf Academy, right?
That's right. And he's got a really unique approach to generating clubhead speed.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some of his stuff. It's not what you'd expect.
Not at all. In fact, he kind of flips the script on the whole swing harder mentality.
How's that?
Well, he uses this analogy of accelerating a ball and then suddenly stopping.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. So, like, it's not about the ball having some kind of internal energy, but about how we transfer energy to it through our movements.
Exactly. And he says that same principle applies to the golf swing.
Interesting. So how does he connect that to, actually hitting a golf ball?
Well, he does this really cool demo with an alignment rod. Like he simulates a backswing with the rod and then bam, just stops abruptly.
Okay.
And you can see like the rod whips forward. It's a really powerful visual. You can almost like hear the energy being transferred.
Ah, I get it. So instead of just trying to muscle the club through the swing, it's more about that controlled acceleration and then a deliberate break.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Huh. It's kind of like cracking a whip, It's that sudden stop that makes the end snap.
That's a great analogy. And that snap, that's what we're trying to create with a club head.
Makes sense. But I gotta ask, doesn't that sound kind of risky? I mean, putting that much force on your body all of a sudden seems like it could lead to some injuries. No.
Yeah, that's a valid concern. And Jentsch actually stresses that a lot. It's not about swinging wildly or out of control, not at all. He really breaks down the specific body movements and timing involved to make sure people do it safely and effectively.
Okay, so there's more to it than just, stopping abruptly.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Technique is key. And you mentioned timing, too. That's another big piece of the puzzle.
Uh-huh. I can imagine, like, if you try to force that stop with just your arms, that's probably where people could get into trouble.
Exactly. Jentsch talks a lot about using your core and lower body to create a smooth, powerful deceleration.
Right. It all comes back to that kinetic chain we talk about, right?
Yep. And Jentsch's approach really highlights how important it is to optimize the energy transfer through that chain to get the most clubhead speed.
So remind me, what exactly is the kinetic chain?
Well, think of your body as a chain of connected links. Like it starts with your feet and moves up through your legs, your core, your shoulders, and finally into your arms and hands.
Oh, okay. I remember now. So it's all connected. You can't just isolate one part of the swing.
Exactly. It's this sort of coordinated sequence of movements, and each part plays a role in generating and transferring that energy.
Makes sense. So for those of us who aren't, biomechanics experts, what are some practical things we can focus on to, like, actually start using this idea in our swings?
Well, one of the things Jentsch emphasizes is something called ground reaction forces.
Ground reaction forces.
Yeah. It's basically about using the ground to generate power. Think about pushing off the ground with your feet as you start the downswing. That helps create energy from the ground up, so to speak.
Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together.
Right. And then as you approach impact, that's where that controlled brake comes in, like almost like slamming on the brakes to send all that energy you've built up into the club head.
Right, but it's not just about stopping. It has to be a controlled stop, right?
Exactly. And to really nail the timing, he recommends practicing drills that help you feel that deceleration, like hitting balls into a net from a shorter distance.
Ah, that makes sense. Practice that feeling of transferring the energy without, hurting yourself.
Exactly. So it's not just about brute force.
Yeah.
It's about mastering this whole energy transfer thing through the swing. And honestly, when you really think about it, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is. And I think the coolest part is you could apply this principle to so many other parts of the game, not just about hitting it far off the tee.
Totally. It's all about physics. Those laws apply everywhere, like even beyond golf.
Right. Like in tennis when you're serving.
Yeah.
Or even throwing a baseball. It's all about generating and transferring energy efficiently.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Like, what if we could take this concept of controlled acceleration and sudden stop and apply it to other movements in our lives?
Right. That's something for our listeners to think about. How could you use these principles to improve other parts of your game or even other areas of your life? It's all connected.
It is. And the results could be pretty amazing. All right, everybody, Keep those swings smooth and those lines sharp. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
So yeah, that